Hi guys, welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. Today I'm going to show you how I put together this card. Well, there's the part of the card. This image from Brutus Monroe. I've used the clear brush, the Zig Clean Color Real brushes to color it up. I only used a few colors. I kept this really simple and it turned out so pretty. So I'm going to start by showing you what I used to get this technique. And then I'll just speed it up real quick so you can see the ending and how I put it together. So we're starting off by using the Brutus Monroe Botanical Banners. That's what it's called, Botanical Banners. And that image, that floral image, is just so beautiful. It's so pretty. So the sentiments on there are happy birthday, happy anniversary, congratulations, love you, and thinking of you. Plus you get that little heart. So I've already taken my panel. I'm using Bristol paper. I've already taken my panel and I have embossed it with Ranger's Liquid Platinum. And that's what we're going to be using to color that with. I also did the banner, which is a solid banner, and I did that with the same Ranger Liquid Platinum and then cut it out, and I did the happy birthday. I thought that would be super pretty to put on the bottom of this card using the same embossing powder that I used to emboss the floral. Now I do this quite a bit where I use a silver or a gold, or in this case liquid platinum. I just think it makes the card very elegant and very pretty. So I've already embossed it on there. It's already been heat embossed, and I've picked out some colors from the from my Zig Clean Color markers. And the colors that I chose were carmine, light carmine, olive green, and mid green. And I'm going to be using my water. I'm just going to be using a water brush for this to add the color to it. And I'm just going to be adding just a little bit of color around the edges and then bringing the color in with the water brush. Now it turns out that I did not use the carmine color at all. I just used the light carmine. Yeah, it's called light carmine. It's number 021. That's the only color I used on the flowers, but I did use both of the greens on the leaves, and I just kind of split it up a little bit. I think the colors turned out really pretty. They have a coral, kind of red, but a pink. No, I wouldn't even say red. I would say it kind of looks like coral and pink in real life. And then at the very end I used a very light blue. I'm trying to think of what the color was. I'm not sure. I'll link it below. But it was like the lightest blue in the series. It's like the palest blue. And I just outlined around the edges and then brought that color out to kind of give it a watercolor feel on the paper. I'm not sure that's going to show up on the final picture, but in real life it looks really cute. So let's get started, and I will fast forward this, play a little music, and then I'll catch you up at the end. All right, so now that we have dried this is completely dry now. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble it. Again, this is the Brutus Monroe Botanical Banners. That's what it's called, Botanical Banners. And I am pairing it. I did a little bit of a light wash off camera with the Haze Blue. And I just went around the edges of the flower and then just brushed it out with water to give it a little bit of watercolor background, just to kind of tie it in. I already knew that I was going to be putting this on a blue background just because I think it's pretty. This color is super pretty on pink. So I've cut out a scallop. I've added a piece of foam to my background, and we're not going to fuss about this. We're just going to go ahead and get it adhered. So I'm going to be putting my blue panel down. I thought about doing a pattern paper back here, something pretty, but everything just kind of clashed. I couldn't get the colors to be correct, so we're just going to add a little blue background. Leave the white showing because, you know, that's my preference. That may not be your preference, so you do you. Make it look good to you. If it looks good to you, it's going to look good to anybody. We're all different, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of white showing around mine. I pretty much do that in every single card I do. It's just my thing. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of our little foam piece. And we're going to position this. I popped this up because I really wanted this to stand out. I'm going to pick it up real quick so I can make sure it's kind of straight. And by popping it up off that back sheet, it just makes it pop and it makes it look like it is the attention piece. That's why I like to pop it up. That's also why I don't really care to put my sentiments on the outside of the card. Because I like the artwork to show. I like it to be the center point. And actually, as I've said to you before, most of my clients that buy my cards don't want a sentiment. So if I'm doing something for a company, yeah, I'll put a sentiment on there, but if I'm doing it for myself, I usually don't. Isn't that pretty? So all I've done is I've added a little piece of foam tape doubled up on there. I've bent up the edges, just like that. Kind of curled it down a little bit, and we're going to be gluing it down just on the edges and taping it in the center so it pops up, just to give it a little more dimension. Oh, look what I did, guys. Ooh. My glue just popped right out of the bottle. So I'm not putting glue on all of it, just on the parts that are going to be touching the card. All right, and then we're just going to center this on the bottom. About right there, but I'm going to have to look at it because before I smush down that tape, just like that. Making sure my little edges are curled, and you can always use a little pen or the end of your paintbrush. If you have a little paintbrush handy, you can just take the end and hold it down and curl it a little bit, and it'll kind of stay that way, just like that. Or you can curl it down the other way if you wanted to. Lots of options with this. If you don't take it down all the way, right, you can curl one down and one up. There's lots of things that you can do with this. Play around with it. See what you like, right? Make sure we're still straight here. I think I'm moving me around over here. For me, the biggest thing was making sure there was a little hill right here. A little tunnel, if you would, under there. All right, so that's the final card. What do you guys think? I'll be adding a little piece of something on the inside, maybe a little piece of watercolor blue paper to go along with it or something, just to give it a little more, you know, to give it a little something on the inside of the card. But that's the final card. Ready for the close-up? I think it's super cute. Let me move this shiny packaging out of the way. Alright, let's go. Let's look. Pretty. And I'll do a close-up picture as well to show you guys. Super pretty, right? Nice, bright, cheery spring. Yay! Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.